I do apologize for the wind, if there's any wind. Welcome back to episode 14. You can see that we're in a different setting. And by different setting, I mean like 5. I spent a lot of money. Sorry, I'm trying to slow down for my producer. I spent a lot of money on some mics because I got so fed up with the quality of the last few. And I know that all 20 of you are very upset about that. And also, if my producer chimes in, I'm sorry, but she might have to. I have some talking points here, and I'm just trying to make this as flawless as possible. And I'll be real, I looked for like 5 or 6 different spots I wanted to film this because I had a few ideas, but since I have really, really poor time management, I couldn't find a real spot. And I'm like, wow, it is already 11 p.m. and I have not left the house yet. So we left the house, and look where I am now. You know, I'm walking on the street. We said we might as well just park and keep walking. And it worked out for us. It really did. But just to kind of get into it today, we're here in Portland. It's a really nice sunny day. So I'm here to test the mics out. I'm here to also test my mental rigidity because this makes me so fucking nervous. Not only to have a camera pointed at me in public, it'd be worse if it was daytime because a lot of people are asleep right now. But with people going by, I'll insert the first clip. Some dude honked at me as soon as we started recording. And I got so nervous.
I'm not one.
There's also a truck behind me, so I'm a little nervous. And he's going really slow. I'm so nervous. I really did not. Oh, I was until he honked. But yeah, we're over here. I'm not gonna say where, but we're over by one of my friends' works. My friend's job. Sorry, you're walking a little fast. You're kind of scaring me. My producer is a little bit quick with it. We might walk over there to make it interesting. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Today's kind of a interesting day for me. I'll be honest. The last few, I've been a little bit awkward and a little bit on edge. Not only with myself, but with like my guests and whatnot. And the feedback I've been getting is not as good as it has been before. So I'm kind of just testing it out. There's a bunch of things I want to try to fix about this, and more guests I want to have on. I don't really need any famous guests yet. You don't have to walk so far ahead. But look how bright this light is. This might look cool. But yeah, I'm trying to fix me. I really don't have a setting. And I realized I just put myself in the spotlight, and this is kind of funny. They're not even looking at me, and I'm waving at them. Oh my god. So oh, I thought that was a pool table. We're big balling. A couple things I want to talk about that I wrote down, and I had my producer. The budget has gone up, by the way. I got a producer now. She doesn't get a chair until she earns the chair, and then after the chair, she gets maybe a jacket or a shirt. We're not there yet either. Walking through, tripping left and right. I don't know where I am. I'll be honest. I've walked through here before, but I was not cognitive when I did. I'm just gonna pull up some of the questions that I had written down. Just kind of keeping me on my toes. It's a lot easier to talk when someone else is filming you. When you're filming yourself, it feels so cringe. And right now, I feel like I'm put on a pedestal. I think that's what it is. I really do think that's what it is. I don't know if I want to go that way. Let me open some of these questions first. So my producer put this, the last 3 podcasts, talk about AI. I don't understand why she's obsessed with AI. It does scare me, but I feel like there's a lot of AI that we don't know about, like the military uses. Because there's a lot of stuff they put into production in the 70s, like planes that still go supersonic and that have capabilities to go faster than their bullets, and they literally cannot have weapons because they're faster than the weapons, that's insane to me. And that's in the 70s. Wow, look at this. Oh my God. I don't know if you can see in there, but that's pretty wild. Portland, so interesting. What if we filmed in there? That'd be cool. Ow! Sorry, I tripped on my producer. Wow, look, our first sidewalk guest. Maybe I shouldn't call him a guest. They're probably gonna take a turn before they get to us. I'm trying not to add people to it because most of these people that are walking are they don't got anywhere else to walk. That sounded pretty mean. Let's turn around. Where I want to go is this way, actually. Sorry, you can tell that I'm awkward in real life too. It's not just the podcast. It's just me as a whole. I'm really excited though to see the sound quality of these microphones because as soon as I have more friends, I'll get someone else on this podcast. It's just me. Yeah, I like to bounce off people. I don't like to actually interview people, and I don't want to be I don't want to be the guy that's like, so, where were you born? Because I really don't give a fuck. I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck. I just like talking to people and understanding them. Maybe I'm a psychologist. Anyways, moving on. How does social media impact your mental health? Wow. Getting deep in the street. Literally getting deep in the street. No, you can stay there. Social media is a really bad thing. I will say, if I could do everything that I do without it, I'm not big by any means, I'm not famous by any means, but if I could live my life without it and take photos without it and meet friends without it, I would. The thing is, I can do all of those things. It just puts it to a scale so big that it makes it super obtainable. Like, I have close friends that have their businesses through social media, and it only makes it better for them by like 10x, 100xing their clients because they're on social media and they have people from other states. And you would not have that if there was no social media and you just went through word of mouth, because word of mouth is great. I've been in multiple businesses through word of mouth, and those thrive. But when you put social media behind it and you put the internet behind it, it 10x. Anyways, back to the mental health part. TikTok is the biggest version of that. Instagram, obviously, these people are posting their brand new cars, and that's all you see for 6 months, and you don't hear from them again. And then they got new wheels, or they got a new bike. They went on a vacation, and you're like, wow, this is all I've seen from them from the last like 6 months. They must be having a great time. And then you come to find out that girl that he was dating for 9 years didn't actually love him. He just never posted about it. And sad as that is, that's very real. Yeah, it also makes you think that normal things aren't, or valuable things aren't valuable, because something like an expensive car, that's the thing I relate to the most, is seeing an expensive car and being like, wow, I've seen this all the time. It's whatever. But if I were to see a Ferrari in person, I'd be like, oh my God. But I see it on social media every day. I'm just like, scroll. And this has happened. I've been guilty of it. This happens with seeing attractive people. Not just the opposite gender, but imagine a world where you're dating and you're going out to date, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of girls right in front of your face, and scroll, and you're like, wow, they all look the same. That's horrible. That is so bad for your mental health. And then what if you're like, wow, I look horrible. I look in the mirror and I look at TikTok, and there's dudes that all of them have six packs. I'm a girl, and all these dudes have six packs, and I don't look like them. I like being in the street. I like being run over. So, because if I say something stupid, maybe I'll get run over in the moment. I say that because it's the voice of experience. I've been in multiple situations where I've been like, why not me? Why do I not have this six pack? Why do I not have that perfect nose structure? Why do I not have the cheekbones? Why are there so many empty buildings in Portland? Probably because it's scary, because I'm really scared right now. And it's obvious. The answer is obvious. It's because you're only seeing the best version of everything. And if you can give up social media, I would. I'm not trying to be a father right now, but that's just sincere advice because I hate social media. I'm also walking by someone's house. Hi. Moving on. Also, thanks for tuning in again. It's this is my fourth podcast of the week. I don't want to walk on the same side as a homeless shelter. So I'm trying to pump out as much as I can whenever I think of something, because I know that if I can rush failure, I can learn more, which I guess could be toxic. Maybe that's a bad thing, but I'm pretty sure there's some upsides to this. Anyways, would you rather have the ability to know the truth about everything but never be able to share it, or live a life full of mysteries, never knowing the full truth? I would like to say that I already lived a life full of mysteries and never know the full truth, because that's what makes life so good. Not to turn this funny question into a question, or into a real thing. But I do feel that, wow, I felt so white in that moment. That dude was passing by me. I really feel that life is all about the differences. No, I'm serious. I feel that life is about not knowing, because if you know how that girl thinks about you, or know how that boss thinks about you, or why that person treats you that way, or what their intentions are, then that would change what you think, and that would make you maybe overthink, and that would make you too smart. You can follow me if you want, because I'm going to go around this corner. I would follow me. Anyways, sorry, producer, she's new. For those of you that don't know, this is my producer, Lala. She got demoted from podcast co-host to producer because she was so good at her job. Now I got the white background, look at this. And now I can have people staring at me that are coming home from work at midnight for some fucking reason. Yeah, dude, this is actually fun. Because, like, in a world where that dude never sees me again, the first and last thing he saw from me is me holding a $10 microphone. Now, anyways, moving on. Talk about a funny or awkward moment at work. This one, it's funnier. Okay, if you explain a funny joke to someone, something that happened at work, it's never as funny as it is to the person that it happened to. But I'll just try to explain it. I'll be light with it. So, I work on this site, and there's so much site to walk on that sometimes we use golf carts. And I thought I saw one of my coworkers after a long day, and I wanted to give him a ride so he didn't have to walk as much. And so we were gonna make a joke with him. And my joke, wow, this is a really mysterious parking lot. My joke, I pulled up next to him, and I couldn't see him because he was on the other side of the golf cart, but my friend could see him. So I said, "Hey, hop in," and my coworker almost goes, "How much?" And you can assume what he meant. I'm not gonna explain what he meant. And I'm like, "Oh my God!" And then right before he said it, he realized that was not my coworker. And to this day, I've seen that dude 2 or 3 times. I don't know if he recognizes me, but he looks just like my coworker. And I do not think I'll live that down, but it'll be a great memory that I can hold to that job. But then again, like I said, not as funny unless you were there and you know all people in that story. What kind of video do you think Isaac Newton or some historical person would watch? Isaac Newton, I have a really bad answer for that. I do not want to answer that. What do you think the worst job is ever? Some of these questions, man. What's something you're really into lately that I might not know about? My producer's just trying to get to know more about me. It has nothing to do with the podcast. I have a lot of guilty pleasures. I really do like architecture. I like real estate. I like cycling because my dad loves cycling. I like this. Everyone knows this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know this about me. I love attention, and I love being the front of... I love being in front of a camera. As much as I get nervous and I feel like people are making fun of me, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I've always been that guy that's been in front of his class and teacher goes, "Okay, now tell me your name." And I go, "What was my name again?" It's Ben. And the one thing that you like, and I go, "I like BMX bikes, and I have some Hot Wheels at home." But realistically, in my head, I'm like, "Oh my God, this is my moment. This is my moment. This is my moment." This is just a lot of my thought process. I really do like attention, and I'll stress it left and right. Wow, this is really cool. Imagine if we parked a car in here. My photographer mindset is always prominent. Is it still recording? Are we still good? Yeah. I had a question about the camera, our setup. I'm trying to make sure everything goes smooth because it seems that fate has its way. My other microphones, they were good, and then I think I tweaked with the settings or something, and they just got bad. And like right now, cars passing by might be a bad sound. This is pretty cool. I don't want to walk up there though. I don't want to get in trouble. Wait, look, we have the same name. You know what I tell people when I'm doing the podcast? I'll be so honest. That's okay. That's okay. It says Benson. The sign says Benson. Oh my God, it is windy.
My right arm got tired.
Okay, you can switch. What I tell people when I'm doing the podcast, I tell them, "Oh, I gotta go work. As it tends to be a little bit easier to explain. I also tell people that I'm doing it for my dad, out of state. Which is very, very true. I hope and dream that my father will watch these. And wow, look at this view. Can you see it? Is it seeable? Someday I'll go here. That's a lie. I don't care about school. Someday I'll sit on this third to last step and look really mysterious. I hope my dad watches these. I really do. Because I love that man. I do not make enough time for him. But if I could do anything, I would go to his house every single weekend. What's one thing you wanted to do but haven't got around to do it yet? I feel like this also rolls into another question that I saw. Was if you could drop everything and do something this weekend, what would it be? Short term, Smith Rock is this really, really pretty national park. I don't know. I have the brain of literally a tulip. But it's this really cool national park that has these rock faces that are hundreds and hundreds of feet high. Don't quote me on that because I don't know my measurements. But I want to go visit there. I want to podcast there, and I want to take Caden and just enjoy the moment for a full entire day. What's stopping me? Nothing. I have the money. I have the car. He has the car. We both have the money. We both have the car. Look at this. Look at this. We're supposed to stand in the middle. I didn't think I'd make it this far in life. I haven't. I'm not that smart. You know, I think about small things like that a lot. Here is me making it deep again. There's no reason for me to not do that. Even if it's 200 miles, even if it's 100, even if it's a 3-hour drive, even if it's an hour. Sorry, I have spit in my mouth. Why don't I do it? Oh, because I could just be lazy and not think. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's stopping me a majority of the time. It'd be cool to film up there with the whatever. I wanted to show you the side of the road over here because it looks cool, but I'm not going to do that because it makes me look like I'm looking for heroin. You gotta let me know if these trains, these little tiny trains, these cars passing by are really loud, because this microphone so far has proved itself. I did 2 really short tests. The wind did not...
There's a bunny?
What?
There's a bunny that's...
Oh my god. Scared the shit out of me. I thought...
Look, there he is. He's
where?
got a sign.
Oh. You see the bunny? You think we could take him home?
I'll catch him right now.
Where'd he go? I wish you could zoom in with that lens. I'd be so... Oh my gosh, it is so cute. What are you doing out here? You getting your education? Look at him, look at him. Look at the little guy. You know, that might be Peter Rabbit. Look at him. Look, life literally presents situations like this where nature is so gorgeous that he brought it to the city. He's probably gonna get hit by a car because he's crossing the street. No, he's really fast. He got it. That's my boy Peter Rabbit. He's good. He was born for this shit. I'll catch you at home, right? I got some carrots.
Insert the carrot pit.
If you could have any superpower, but you can only use them on a Tuesday, if someone says your middle name. Sorry if you're watching this, Dad. I would just have sex with a woman. Sorry, that was so bad. That was so bad. The superpower, if I could have a superpower, I always thought about this when I was a kid. I was always between invisibility and then like the ability to morph into anything that I wanted to. I think the ability to morph into anything I wanted to is just the fact that I wanted to hide from everyone because I hated myself so much. But I think flying would be cool too, because you could just literally go anywhere. That's a live wire. That's cool. What if I just walked into that? Dude, what if I brought my work badge? Sorry, that was stupid. Yeah, I've noticed that being out here walking and being active makes my brain think a lot more, which is, I'm not surprised, because there's so much going on. Even at the dead of night like there is now, there's always at least a car going by every few minutes, whether it's someone doing Uber or someone honking at me to say, good job, keep going, you're filming something. I really want to stand really edgily in this corner. Do you think Baja Blast should have been made with cream in it? Because they did that. It's called the Dirty Baja Blast. Did you know that they have Baja Blast specific to certain places, not just Taco Bell? Like Popeyes and KFC. In Arkansas. Anyways. Did you know that flamingos turn pink because they eat so much shrimp? So, stole this one from Daniel because I don't have a creative thought in my head. What if you dyed the shrimp a different color? Like blue? Would they turn blue if you just fed them only blue shrimp? You don't need to see me. There's not much to see. Do you think... No. This is a fact. Sorry, I'm not going to ask you a question. There is more fake flamingos in the world than there's real ones. So if you ever have the chance, you should adopt one. This would be a cool spot to put a chair in and just talk. I'm doing my best to film with this. I've never held a microphone, so I might stray my mouth away from it occasionally. Right now, the only external noise is the freeway, but it's about 100 feet away from us, and we are doing great. I have about 5 heavy listeners to this podcast, and when I say heavy, I don't mean physically. I just mean that they listen to my podcast every time. The other 19 kind of just bounce in and out. So if you're listening to this and you're judging me, I really appreciate that. That does kick me along further. And if you're listening to this and you're part of the school board, where did you get all your money? Because this school was literally just a wall when I drove past it a year and a half ago. My executive producer is walking further and further away into the street, and I'm worried she's about to hit a tree. But people like this guy, he's having a good time. I'm having a good time. I want to walk down this way because it's a lot brighter. Sorry, we're almost back to my car. The goal was to get back to the car. We got a time?
26:56.
Wow, it's only been 26 minutes, and I'm so fired up. I've always walked through here, or driven past this, sorry, and I wanted to see if it was a good photo spot, so I think this is my excuse. Photos are on my brain most of the time. It's just 2 empty buildings with empty parking lots and a really creepy building I just stared inside of. Like this really cool courtyard that they... What? I just don't understand it. 1,500. One single person walking over there. I'm getting really thirsty just doing this. You think I could have a Baja Blast right now? No, I don't need it. But I want it. So, I will say, not that anyone asked, but driving a somewhat low car is a really good test to your attentiveness, because I bought my car low, which is a little bit of a regret, but I did save a lot of money doing so. That's the reason why I did it, is because the dude that bought it dumped a bunch of money into it and then sold it to me for as much as it was worth without the stuff done to it. Anyways, driving it low, even though I don't consider myself low, I still find myself slowly creeping up driveways, looking out for tiny little potholes. And you would think that a car is more simple than it is, that you're like, it's literally just wow, empty street. Look at that. Get mugged there. You think that it's just simple, but then you put it on aftermarket suspension. I'm trying to dumb this down for people that don't have cars. You put it on aftermarket suspension, and then all of a sudden, there's more things that go into it, like how soft your suspension is, how hard your suspension is, will all depend on how the car reacts. The size of your tire, and not just the size long way, but tall way too. And then also the weight of your wheel will also depend on how the car feels. And the ride height, whether it's super high or super low. So all these together create this one big feeling. And you can't just depend on one thing. You can't just buy tires. I'd be like, I'm done. You have to be like, okay, let me do math from every angle. Let me add the tire size, tall and wide, and then go to the suspension. And oops, I just spent $1,500 and it still rides like shit. Now what do? You call your friend and ask her to diagnose it for you, because you get very anxious when you try to tackle problems yourself. So we're kind of nearing the end. I'm gonna walk more in the middle of the street, not actually in the street, but away from people's front doors, because I know there's not that much traffic over here. I'm assuming this podcast will not have really any editing except for maybe the first couple minutes. It is indeed Thursday, right, producer?
It's Thursday.
Is it? Okay,
Thursday
yeah.
the 20th.
I could have filmed this all on my phone. It would have been much better because, you know, the exposure and the lighting and all that would have been different.
The camera's kind of heavy.
But the camera's heavy. But I'll give her a pay raise. Yeah. So I really like the camera, and I think it makes me look great, which I don't think very often. So my producer's giving me a thumbs down. Thank you. I needed that. I need that encouragement. But I'm gonna probably stand under one of these lights to make me look cool. Trying to figure out where the noise is coming from so I don't walk towards it. Oh, it's over there. Okay, cool. You can stand over there, producer, so you can look at my face. This is so cool because I can stand far away and you can still hear me. Thank you for listening to the 14th episode, right? 14?
Number 14.
Okay, we're on 14 now. Like I said, I have very poor time management. I have to wake up in 5 hours, and I still have to edit this. And I will be getting Starbucks in the morning, and it will be a cold brew, and I will complain about how much my stomach hurts. So, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? Tell it to the judge, because I'm not going to listen. So, thank you. I'm going to hope that my producer clicks end before I make it to the camera.